Hello everyone and welcome back to Spelljammer, Light of Xaryxis, here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly, I use he and him, and I am very excited to be here on one of the last 2 episodes of Light of Xaryxis. But I'm not alone today. Joining me is my intrepid cast, and I guess crew, technically, because we're ship people. Mike, you're looking less red than normal. It looks good on you. But let's go around and introduce. And Christa, you've lost some hippo. So today, several of the cast members are feeling a little under the weather, so they have opted to cash in their casual token that I offer. So we're going to do a big pass around, say hello, and then we're going to start the action. Starting with Amy.
Oh, that's me. Hello.
That's
I am
you.
Amy. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and I am playing Mulj Plava, the plasmoid barbarian of the depths. And yeah, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Let's pass over to Christa.
Hello, I'm Christa. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns. And yes, not feeling quite up to it because I got to celebrate the wonderful Taryn's birthday this weekend. So our OG fangirl, we had a ruckus couple of days playing board games quietly in a hotel.
Is that what you were doing?
But I had to be up early to... That's literally all we did. We sat in a hotel, we watched Atlantis, and played board games for 2 days.
I mean,
that sounds like so much fun.
That's amazing.
It's very good. We're all very old.
I mean, you would have done that at 20 as well.
This is true. This knowing us, it's very much true. But no, I had to catch a ferry this morning, so I was up early, so I'm not all there, but neither's Francis at the moment, so I think we'll be okay. And that's who I'm playing, Francis, our Order of Zeal cleric.
Well, it's good to have you, Christa, even though you're a little tired. I am also a little tired. It was a late night for me. Let's go down to Mike.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Michael, and as you can probably notice, I am trying to get over a pretty brutal chest cold, so I'm going to be reserving my voice where I can. I go with he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Wrek Felnar, the monk of the open foot, fist, hand, face, something
like that.
Anyhow, he got the wind knocked out of him so hard last game that the color fell right off.
Well, I hope you feel better, Mike. I'll try to make it so that you don't have to do terribly much talking and more kicking, because that requires a little less effort. All right, let's pass over to Millie.
So, hi, I'm Millie. Hodam pronouns are she and her or they and them. I'm also on team really, really tired today, but that is what happens sometimes. And I'm playing Tana Starbell, the Disney Princess Disaster Seeker Warlock, who just surrendered, I think, at the end of last game. I'm sure nothing terrible will come of that circumstance. I love you all very, very much, and I'm excited to be back.
It's going to be great. And finally, last but not least, we have Kat.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kat. I use she, her pronouns, and today I am playing our glitchling druid of the stars, Cheshire, who also uses she, her pronouns, and I am, like everybody else today, on club tired, because I haven't been sleeping well, and Cheshire does not have purple hair today, because, yeah, she got knocked out, and now she doesn't have colored hair anymore.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. Actually, no, Cheshire's wig gives me a consistent headache, and so I have retired that wig.
Oh, have you retired it completely?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's in my closet hanging up, but it gives me a headache, something fierce after about an hour and a half. So
I figured it out. The reason you don't have colors because you got knocked out, so your LEDs reset.
Oh, that's
God,
true.
I need to reset the RGB.
Yeah.
You can just change. You can wear any wig next episode for the last one.
Cheshire needs to reset her LGBT lights.
That's awful. That's awful. Oh boy. All right, so folks, we're going to be starting in a minute, but before that, I'm going to tell you about something that is not awful, and that is our sponsor for this game, Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games is a Vancouver area company that is like from the ground up, built to help fans roll the most attractive, beautiful, well-crafted dice at the least expensive price basically possible. They're a fantastic company that we were lucky enough to meet when we were at Fan Expo this year, and they've got everything from like acrylic dice to like normal dice to edible dice to wooden dice, which are way lighter than you'd expect. They're really, really classy. And they're even working on their own product called a quest chest, which is a system agnostic, meaning you can play it with any, probably fantasy based, but you know, if you're inventive, you don't have to make it fantasy based role-playing game. Everything from D&D like this to Powered by the Apocalypse, Pathfinder, flipping a coin in a dark alley, whatever you want to play it in, you can play it in. And it is full of maps, quest ideas, sometimes food and drink, coffee and tea, or curated music that is usable in your games. You can find out more about that at questchest.info. Big thank you to Bookwyrm Games. You're an amazing sponsor. I have heard nothing but, you know what, it is really lovely because I make it a point that on Dork Tales we never advertise for anybody who we wouldn't use. And we do have Bookwyrm dice. I don't have any that I can use. I'm saving them because I bought specific set for Shards of Nirn that I'm using for in the future. Mwahaha. But I've actually been reached out to by like 2 or 3 people on our Discord that have said that they used our code to buy stuff from Bookwyrm and have had an amazing experience, and they really appreciate us doing that kind of sponsorship gatekeeping to make sure that only good sponsors get used. So I really got to thank Bookwyrm Games for setting a high standard for future sponsors and for just being cool people. Also, they're working on a World of Darkness line just for us. Oh, liquid core D10s, baby.
Ooh.
I'm hoping. No promises. So thank you so much, Bookwyrm Games. Y'all amazing. You should go to bookwyrmgames.com and use code DorkTales2023 to save 10% if you order $100 Canadian or more. Reminder that the US exchange rate today, I think, is like 1.4. So if you're in the States, that's a great deal. And if you spend $100, shipping's free. And that's 100 Canadian, which is like 75 US. It's great. It's absolutely great. So you should absolutely do this. Go support them and say hi to Vlad the Impaler in the chat, which is the proprietor, Michael. Okay.
And it's Bookwyrm, right?
Bookwyrm.
W-Y-R-M?
Bookwyrm. Yes, like a dragon.
Yes.
For a second, it was too snaky, and then I had to rawr. But yeah, Bookwyrm. You can check in the chat. Also, if you're watching this later on YouTube, the link is right. It's right down there. It's right. If you look down. No, not at Cat. Below Cat. No, Cat, point down. Yes, right down there, right where Cat's pointing. Go check the link. That's your new job. That's whoever is in spot under me. Their job is to just point at links from now on. All right. So folks, what should we do? We should, any announcements, any talks, any other things that we should discuss about this week before we hop in?
I mean, if we're open to any suggestions, could we like retcon all of last game and do a completely different strategy in that entire combat?
You want to remind your druid that she has healing spells?
It does turn out.
Hey, everything was a dream. Okay, well, sure. Okay, sure. That sounds great. I accept. So you can just send that directly to the Dork Tales PayPal, and we'll make that happen. But in the meanwhile, I do have a couple of other things to announce real quick. So folks, if you are enjoying what we're doing here, you need to spend some time with us this week as well. We got a bunch of things happening basically every day this week. With the exception of one day, I'm actually doing a game every day for the next 11 days. But I'm doing 2 games on one day, so that technically counts. So here's what's coming up this week that you need to be aware of. Today is Spelljammer. Tomorrow is Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos over on the Patreon. So if you're a Patreon subscriber at $5 or more, you get access to that episode of Strixhaven. Then on to, ran by the amazing Christa, by the way. And it's going to be a spicy episode. I think there's going to be some social drama akin to like a Melrose Place. On episode 2, on Tuesday, we have the Shards of Nirn back again as the characters finally reach the lands of Orkesh and a very important funeral. On I almost said level 3. On the third day, we have Dragonlance, which is actually going into one of my favorite episodes and chunks of the book yet. So you really want to be there for that if you're a fan of Dragonlance. So if you're not caught up, please catch up. Go watch it. It's going to be amazing. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's going to be the best little dungeon crawl. Thursday, we are not here. We're actually over on the virtual GaryCon for Gary Gygax Con. We are doing one of their introductory games for the beginning of the convention. So you can catch us there at 4 p.m. Pacific. There'll be plenty of stuff on our Discord about that, on our social media, but it is a fantastic game that is going to consist of myself. It has Amy in it. It has Cal in it. It has Wei in it. It has... who's the other person? Cal. And Amy, Wei, Cal. Who's the other person, Amy? You're in the chat.
I'm checking.
Who? Oh,
Okay, give me a
Chris.
sec.
Whoever it is going to be pissed. Oh, no, it's Chris.
It's Baby Daddy. It's Baby Daddy's in it. So
I haven't seen him recently. I forgot.
Yeah, I know. He had a kid. He doesn't exist anymore,
Is he?
except during Dragonlance. But it's going to be a fantastic game, and we potentially have a guest player. I'm not going to announce who it is until I make sure that they're good for that scheduling date. But it's a fantastic game that is going to be drawing heavily from the Futurama vibe. So you definitely want to come. It's a D&D 5e game. Friday night, we are here with Streaming for Survivors, where Jen is running a game of D&D 5e like none other that you've probably ever seen. You definitely want to come watch it. It's got an incredibly chaotic chaos crew. Saturday is... What's on Saturday? What am I doing on Saturday? What's on Saturday this week? I'm doing...
Dork Tales.
What am I doing on Saturday? There's something on Saturday. Anyway, there's something on Saturday. And then what the hell am I doing on... Am I doing am I doing a recording on Saturday?
Wait, isn't
Oh,
it
yeah, of course. It's the end of Netherdeep on Saturday. So on Saturday, join us for Call of the Netherdeep's finale. It's going to be starting at noon, and we're going to go till it's done. I'm expecting that's going to be probably around 6 p.m. So bring some food. We'll take lots of breaks. Right,
because we're starting early.
We're starting at noon, Christa, noon on Saturday.
Yeah.
And they even got a babysitter.
Yeah, it's very awesome.
Right? So that's fantastic. So Netherdeep will be Dunsville.
That's right, everyone's home games. Step up, get babysitters so you can play D&D with your friends.
That's right. This is where we are in life now. Sunday, we are back again. With the finale of Spelljammer, and then that evening I am doing a delayed recording of Hunter the Vigil that is going to be going on our Patreon. Then on Monday we have another episode of Strixhaven, twofer. So you definitely want to catch that as we get really hard into year 2. And then Streaming for Survivors has its big powered by the apocalypse game ran by Christa, and I'm very excited for that. I hope I did everything you asked of me.
The only hint that I am going to put into that is I am currently downloading about 13 powered by the apocalypse games.
We're going to decide which one it is at the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, come ready to donate.
Yeah, it's a great cause, and I think that you're all really going to appreciate it. But anyway, that's me talking way too much about what we have in store. Now, that said, I think today we are going to be hopping into Spelljammer. I don't think this is going to be a full 4 hours because the last 2 chapters of this book are potentially short, depending on what you do or if I have to KO you again. But we will figure that out. Any last questions, comments, concerns? We've got more games after that, but those are the big ones you need to know about because I want to see you at Streaming for Survivors. Those games are at 7 p.m. on both of those days, Pacific. And you can also donate after the fact if you're watching on YouTube. It's a good cause. It's for Streaming for Survivors benefits WAVA, which is now known as Salal. It is a Vancouver sexualized violence resource and aid center. They've changed what they're called, so I don't know their exact terminology, but basically they help people who are going through really rough patches and really need the assistance. And They'd really appreciate it, and so would we. So we make no money from raising funds for them, by the way. This is 100% altruism. So come be altruistic with us. Cheers. All right. So any questions, comments, concerns?
Many concerns, but they'll be resolved.
They'll be resolved in time. All right. So, all right. So with that out of the way, it is time for the Light of Xaryxis. Are you ready? 2 episodes to go.
Let's do it.
Determined to save their world, the characters traveled to Xaryxis space with a fleet of ships at their command, but nothing could have prepared them for the armada of enemy ships and the host of solar dragons guarding the magnificent citadel of the Xaryxian Empire. Though the battle was lost, hope remains. The Imperial Citadel looms before you. You can see the colors of Xaryxis lighting up the sky above this immense moth-shaped monolith. The asteroid tilts gently, connected by a straight stream of sunlight into the heart of the star Xaryxis. You can see that the ground below you is teeming with life. Your ship is flanked by 2 star moth ships. Each of you awakens, battered and bruised, to find yourself in manacles. There is a contingent of astral elves aboard your ship, their weapons drawn and ready to finish what they started last episode. As you drift forward, you can make out thousands of people in the streets. The crowds surround the temple at the Citadel's peak. By comparison, the 2 docking platforms at the end of the Citadel's tail, they seem quiet. You've all been stripped of any visible weapons. Tana, you were the only one that was at all conscious. So if you would have liked to hide a weapon on you, you can try to before this.
I might try to hide a book.
A book is not a weapon, in their opinion.
Well, that's very silly of them. Brilliant. Carry on. We'll happily hand over any weapon. She has, like, you know, a bow and a dagger, and generally doesn't really look like a very combat-y person.
Sounds good. And Mulj, you have a question.
Yeah, I'm assuming they dumped Mulj into like a tub to secure them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in some like Xaryxian Tupperware.
Yeah, okay.
You wake up to the sound of being burped. Burp. All right. As you all have been taken captive, you can see that you're not alone. Mr. Flinch is bound with you, as is Commodore Crux. Nearby, you can see a similar treatment being given to the last breath. You can see that Grimzod Garganhale is tied to the mast of his ship with rope, and Lefty is tied to the mast with yarn. They both struggle against their equal-sized bonds. Topola is tied as well. As you drift into the Imperial docks, you are met by a half-dozen Astral Elf warriors and another one of those honor guards. Now, these Astral Elf honor guards are, to say they're opulent, is, well, it's an understatement, really. Their outfits are encased in bright gold pauldrons, a broad gold chest plate, I'm not exactly sure what to call it, a hip belt made of solid gold, and flowing red robes, as well as a porcelain mask. So just to give you a sense of things, that's, what would you call that? That's a belt, kind of? Like, I don't know.
That's like a really fancy golden fanny pack right there.
It's like a
It's a
girdle, maybe?
cummerbund.
It is a
Golden-
cummerbund.
A
Yes.
chunky gold cummerbund. All
It's a-
right.
Okay.
It's probably like a girdle or something.
As your ship is pulled into dock, you will all hear the tinkling of crystal forming up from the dock on to your ship in a straight gangplank. The sound of regimented boots. Tap, 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 tap. 7 sets stride on to the bow of your ship. The honor guard appraises the situation and then touches the side of their mask. There is a slight kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy effect as like the mask parts magically, revealing a rather fetching looking male astral elf. He takes a step forward and says to you, "I am Commander Corolith. My orders are to deliver you to the Temple of Light to face the Emperor's justice. The commander orders you and your captors to return your weapons to you. Give them the things back. Princess Zadali sends her regards."
Lovely.
Be sure to return our regards.
I shall escort you. Please follow me. The mask will reseal around his face.
Doesn't seem like we have too much of a choice at this point.
You don't. Do you go with him?
Yeah.
Strap all stuff on.
As you step down onto the platform. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna Francis would briefly like check over everybody and make sure that no one was like seriously wounded. I mean, we all went down, but like, you know, make sure no one's lost a limb. Just
Nobody's lost a limb. You're all battered and bruised. Tana is holding up the best of you, but even she definitely has some bruises on her. The rest of you are sitting at 1 hit point.
Tana has taken 55 damage last game and is technically still up.
And most of our companions seem to be restrained, but fine.
They are unrestrained at this point. The guards will go through and they'll
Okay.
release Commander
Figured.
Crux, or Commodore Crux, and on a nearby platform you can see the same thing happening to Topola and to Grimzod. They seem to be being marched down as well. And hand me your brute! Oh, hand me there a little more, maybe.
If Wrek is conscious, he's going to use wholeness of body and do like a dog after having a bath and shake himself, and all the wounds are going to fly off of him like poorly applied appliances and makeup. So he'll get 18 hit points back.
Sounds good. You'll also hear nearby as a Tupperware lid is opened and Mulj is poured out onto the deck.
Shameful
You'll-
treatment.
You'll hear, there's some... One of them hits the bottom of the Tupperware bin and a little Mulj falls out onto Mulj and reabsorbs.
That's where that went.
You all right, Mool?
I've lost some volume.
Louder?
I lost some volume.
No, it's back.
Yes, we'll follow.
Coralith takes you down onto the streets of the Citadel. Around you, you can hear... A celebration would be a wrong way to put it. It's not that people are cheering. In fact, all around you, you can see that the festivities appear to be centered around mourning. But it's mourning with a sense of anticipation. Any of you who have been to a coronation before get that out with the old, in with the new. It almost feels a little like a funeral mixed with a New Year's party. Coralith's squad surrounds you on all points, and soon your group is merged with Grimzod and Topola. As you're walking, Coralith walks beside you, keeping stride with Tana. I suppose you have some questions.
Inevitably.
Well, I would be a bad host if I did not answer.
What's the plan now?
Following Emperor Zavin's death, Prince Zelith has declared that his coronation will take place after the funeral. The princess is being forced to attend the coronation, even though it is the wish of many to see Zadali and Zelith coronated jointly, as was their father's wish. We shall see what happens. Princess Zadali has asked that you be kept alive until then.
It's appreciated.
However, if Prince Zelith becomes the Emperor, you will be executed without a trial.
It's not encouraging.
I mean, somewhat encouraging.
Perhaps it will not be. There's no way to know. I imagine that Princess Zadali asks for you there for some reason.
I can think of a few.
Yes.
Francis.
Well, yeah, duh.
Are we not all thinking it?
Well, look, I mean, just because we may very well be executed before the end of the day doesn't mean we can't have a good time en route.
Good point.
Well, while this is true, I would also still prefer not to be executed, to have more good
As
times
would
in the
I.
future.
At the base of
I
the Temple
quite
of
like
Light,
my life.
you will be held inside of a holding room. There you will be given the chance to freshen up. The funeral will take some hours. Use the time to say your pieces, to make your pieces, and to rest. It would be a pity to go to your own execution with bags under your eyes.
Good thing I don't have them.
I think mine are just permanent at this point.
Facilities will be present to allow for an oil change, if it is needed.
Oh, good.
Olive or avocado?
Olive, please.
You can tell, you can see Coralith will remember that. That's going to appear on the screen. Excellent. Well, he strides across the city. taking you to the Citadel, the Temple of Light. Now, the Temple of Life itself is a massive structure in the center of the Imperial Citadel. The Temple of Light is this huge, jutting building shaped roughly like, I don't know, vaguely like a pyramid rising out of the highest point of the Citadel. It's from its tip that Xaryxis is fed by that connecting beam. At the front of it, there is a small building just next to the main temple. Corlith walks up to it, holds up a hand to a small pad, and the doors will as 4 layers of security will reveal themselves. 1, a giant cogwheel, 2 bank vaults that go horizontal, vertical, and then another one that's just like just a door. But before he opens that door, he'll check the handle. I should really lock this. Doesn't have a deadbolt, but as you see on the inside, you'll see it has one of those little push locks, like on the handle. Yeah, the kind you can open with a coat hanger if you really need to. I was gonna have it be a screen door, but these guys aren't that kind of elf. Those are crick elves. All right.
Nah, they like the bugs inside.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. So inside of this hall, you will see that it's a jail cell, but it's a jail cell by way of Trump Tower. I don't know how to put this. Like, there's this big flowing purpley red motif everywhere. There are day beds strewn throughout for you to relax on. There's no windows to speak of. There are cameras, or at least like not cameras, but eyes, like literal blinking eyeballs in the corner with these big blue pupils that are looking at you. And
Like royal political prisoner station.
Yeah, like this is a pretty comfy ass room. There is even a couple of shower stalls at the back.
Hey, crew. This is the nicest prison we've been in to date. I'm pretty sure. Like,
I mean,
I think this is the nicest room we've been in to date.
well, that we were intentionally put into, at least.
Yes.
against our will.
Yeah.
You will be brought a meal as well.
Oh, what's on the menu?
Are there vegetarian options?
Some of you eat meat.
I'm a pescatarian myself.
I eat
I eat
everything.
meat.
I don't eat anything but.
Ugh. Lower life forms. Yes, we will bring you some form of animal carcass that's been charred to perfection.
Fantastic. I mean, technically I don't require it, but it tastes good.
Generally, I would recommend the vegan options, but yes.
Well,
As for
Because
you-
the
so
Xaryxian
accommodating.
Empire is all about limiting harm.
No, it's just gauche.
I've never eaten a vegan before.
Oh, I have.
Really stringy.
But you've absorbed brains before, Mulj.
Yeah. I recommend it.
Enjoy your stay.
There.
Hmm.
We will.
We will. Wow, they really don't want anyone getting in to bother us.
That's exactly
Love your enthusiasm,
it, Mulj.
True? I don't believe that may be the only reason.
Are there
No
windows?
windows is
There
unfortunate.
are no windows. There are no windows.
Okay.
No, it is a big, pretty box. So you were standing there. You were inside there with... so Commodore Crux has been brought into you as well. To think, being a captive of the Xaryxian Empire. Ugh.
I mean, we won't be for long.
That's one way to look
Yeah,
at it.
Either
That's one
way,
way
we
to look
probably
at
won't-
it, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Always
I
look on the
mean-
bright side of death.
Either through our means or their means, we won't be captive for very long.
So, what do you think we need to be prepared for? A fight to the death? A summary
Well, probably an
execution?
execution.
Perhaps
Blowing up the
snoo
tower?
snoo. Can you get your brain out of the gutter for just 1 minute, Grimzod? Teopolis says, kind of smacking him upside the head.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
For Grimzod. Grimzod, do you
Yeah.
think I can become a vampire if I am an ooze?
Y'all got,
Does that
well,
work?
y'all got blood?
No. Of slime.
That might be hard for him. Hey,
Hmm.
you know what? Let it never be said that I would not try an interspecies change up.
Vampiring?
A siring, perhaps. Let me see. Let me look this up in my brain meats. 1 moment. The DM checks the book. Vampire.
It's gonna take him a while. That thing hasn't worked in probably millennia.
Hey, don't
believe
blame
in
me. It was published by Wizards of the Coast.
My point stands.
That's really true. Okay, so I'm just gonna check the plasmoid race. I think that you probably still can become a vampire, though.
Is
I
there
don't know
what's
if it's
the
possible.
immunity for that?
I guess, is it limited to humanoids?
Ooh,
If
that's
it
a
is
good-
limited to humanoids, then yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's find out.
Well, it's just like backup plan. What if I become undead?
Vampirism.
How does vampirism work?
Just
right,
all
let's
of
do
us
it.
become
Zombie
undead.
slime,
I mean,
vibing in the vent system.
being not alive is an option.
If a vampire
No?
kills... Oh, humanoid.
Yeah, okay. I figured it would be.
I mean, I don't think I could do that, but maybe we get a hold of a wish spell, and then we see what happens. Eh?
I was just thinking
I mean-
more of as a backup plan, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, if we get the wish spell, though, perhaps we just wish to get out of here.
That's what I was thinking. I'm sure with a wish
That
spell,
probably
there's
makes sense. Or for
other
money.
things we could probably do.
Or to destroy that star. Can we get a recap, Tana? What the star is the thing that's making the crystals grow?
Sort of, yes. They're feeding it through the crystal connection. Wasn't exactly my department, but
Yeah, what
But
was your
breaking the
department when you
connection
worked here?
is-
well,
What,
training
sales
to
and
do-
merchandising?
Essentially, yes.
Oh, really? I
No,
was right
simple
for the first time.
archival work. Nothing fancy.
Community outreach.
Someone has to keep things organized, and it was supposed to be me.
Well, that makes sense. You're a pretty good organizer. I
am
mean, you
not.
managed to
This was
organize a
terrible
peace treaty that
decision.
didn't... you didn't get us blowed up. Well, that was good.
This is true.
So thank you for that. I didn't really want to die in that. Too bad about those eel-necked people, though. They got blowed up proper.
Oh no.
Hmm. Well,
Hmm.
We'll
it
have
is
to write the people a
too,
thank you
too
card.
bad about many things right now.
Now, the princess said that something to do with the death had to be at a very specific time to what was the Christa also can't really remember. Just trying to figure out what were
Unfortunately,
the
neither can
logistics.
I.
Okay, then
She
Kelly,
said that the
what were
ring had something to
logistics?
do with saving your planet. But she was
Mhm.
very vague on the details, actually.
Of course.
What was that ring? Have we looked? Is there a secret inscription? Is there a poison capsule? Is there something in that thing? Have we looked at it?
I mean, it appears to be capable of casting a small variety of spells. I assume we still have it, right? Or
You
did they
still
take
have
it
it.
from us?
They did not.
Some of which are quite useful.
What were they again?
Yeah, let me pull it up again.
I don't know about
Yeah, I
all of
can-
you, but they have showers here, and I haven't washed my hair since I scrubbed the stink off of that jelly thingy.
That
I'm
is a-
gonna go wash my hair. And
I'm
Wrek
gonna go-
starts
Do you mean
ripping his
Mule?
clothes off and running towards the showers.
Wait
Totally
for me. I
normal.
need to clean off blood and goo in my slime. And
It's just kind of
Mhm.
floating inside of you in pockets.
yeah, Mul's gonna go find a place to go and
Ugh.
clean out.
Honestly, Mule, you look like a Tide Pod.
Dinner time.
Ugh.
Well,
Well,
as
come
far as
scrub
I
my back.
Could-
Got it.
tell, primarily offensive spells, evocation, I think. It's not entirely my field of expertise.
Hmm.
I was able to use it to produce, small areas of flame or explosions, or I'll do dancing lights, sparkling lights,
Hmm.
array of dancing stars across the room. Perhaps it's used to control something or to denote some sort of station.
Hmm.
Can we do an Arcana check?
You can make me Tana can make me a
Sure.
history check.
Okay.
Sure,
Can I
that's a
assist?
good call.
Do you know anything about astral elves?
Probably not,
Actually,
but I can ask insightful questions.
Okay, you
I
can ask
rolled a
insightful
one.
and leading questions. Okay,
Yeah, if she says, "Well, there's this thing." Oh, what about this? How
make
about
me an
that?
insight
Ooh.
roll if you get a
I
10
have
or
an 8.
higher.
My
On an
total is
insight
an
roll?
8, but I rolled a 1.
That's a 10. on
That's a
insight.
10. Okay, so Tana, you can roll that with advantage. So roll me another die.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's gonna be
I
a 1.
rolled a 2.
That's better. That's twice as good.
No.
So I have a 9.
Can they just?
You know what? Can
execute
we take some time? We have time, right? Can we take 20?
Um,
There you
this-
go.
no, that's not a mechanic in 5e, but
Should be.
you know it's a royal signifier of some power. Its exact nature, you feel, well, you know what? This will probably be revealed in time.
Understandable.
We don't have a lot of that.
As you say, we don't have a lot of time. 8 hours pass. Everybody full rest.
Nice.
Within that 8 hours, a big chunk of that, Francis is going to be in a quiet. We'll also wash and whatever, but we'll do so in a slightly more religious context than they probably ever had, and
Ooh.
very much more ritualistic, and take a probably solid like 2 or 3 hours doing what would more or less equivalent to like funeral preparations for all of the other people that were lost in the battle that we brought to their deaths,
Fair.
and doing some praise to Demses of being like, you are, I knew you as a god of Elos's seas, but please be a god of the astral sea as well, and we could really use you right now so that we don't lose your planet if you want to traverse some new exciting seas.
That's fair. Roll me percentiles. Or I can roll them for you.
Okay.
Your call.
No, I'll do it. I just will. I mean, I'm rolling low today, so maybe I'll roll low.
All right.
That is a 60.
60?
Nothing exciting.
I ironically, I just rolled a 60 as well. So that's, I don't know if that's good or
Ooh.
bad because I just rolled dice to
That's
see what I would get.
fancy.
Interesting.
I have a
You
deeply
know what?
cursed question, but you should finish this
deeply
first.
I'm going to finish this
question?
scene. So, Francis, as you are in the showers, feeling the hot water run down from the rain shower or the rainforest overhead one, as it's a very fancy shower. There's even like 2 diagonal ones, so it's like you're taking it over above and you're getting it on both sides of your face, and it's very nice. It's just it's really lovely and warm. But as you were doing this prayer, you're like raising your hands, you're going down, you're raising your hands, and you're kind of doing your bows. And as you do that, you look down and like past your form, you see the water flowing into the drain. And it's flowing, and it's flowing, and then it starts to pool. And then it starts to flow in clockwise rather than counterclockwise draining. And for a moment, you see a sign that everything is going to be okay, that you have been heard.
Francis will come out of that looking a little more chipper and ready to do this thing, and will clear, if there isn't a clear table, they'll clear off a table and start like finding pieces that indicate pieces, and start pestering Tana for like what she knows about the layout, pestering everybody else for what they remember on our walk here, if they notice anything about the prince in his hologram, like just trying to get as much intel as they can get.
Okay. Well, what it appears is what I saw was that those ships really suck. In the Solar Dragons, they've got a big ball thing they spit, and then it goes boop, 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 and then you die. At least that's what happened to the other guy. I was fine.
Well, because you're dead.
I also wasn't anywhere near that fucking ball.
That
That's
helps.
fair.
It's probably flammable.
I am...
Francis is in
most
too good of a
things?
mood for this to bring them down. So they they find some scrap, whatever, and write down avoid solar dragon light ball.
Yeah. All right. So Tana, you had a question you were going to ask earlier, though.
I did a deeply cursed question. How open is Mulj to Tana harvesting some of the blood and slime that is in pockets within you for some sort of strategic purpose?
Yeah, go for it. I don't need it.
Brilliant. Were these humanoids that were dead within the last 24 hours asking for a friend?
I assume yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay, so those were astral elves that died less than 24 hours ago, yes.
Very, very specifically excellent news. Carry on.
Okay. So you'll hear... Jangle, jangle, jangle. In Elven. Oh, for fuck's sake, which key? Hold on.
While that's happening, could Cheshire pick it from the inside and open it for them?
You can try. You can certainly try. Make me a dex save.
I really want, because that would be so funny.
Make me a dex save.
That's gonna be a 16.
Cool. Take 23 points of lightning damage. As Cheshire goes, this is gonna be funny, and then Cheshire gets launched 15 feet back, like by a cattle prod, as the door just goes, and an astral elf will just appear in the door will go, and go back into the door.
That was worth it. That was funny.
All right, and then you'll hear, oh yeah, it's this one. And a contingent of astral elves will be standing on the other side. One of them is going to be this astral elf. You think woman? Maybe not. It's hard to tell. But dressed in like a shiny red skirt, a little red pillbox hat, and is pushing a trolley with like a bunch of curtains on it. And no, excuse me, jingle, 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 and goes into the room and like puts a bunch of meals out on the table for you. We hope
wow,
that these
you're
meals
awfully
will be
nice.
sufficient. Also, we found this one scrounging around. We think it belongs to you. And you'll hear, what? And a Hadazi is going to be thrown onto the floor. Hi, Mr. Flinch says, looking up at you.
Hi.
I almost got away.
Better than we
If
did.
only it weren't for those meddling elves.
You tried, and that's what counts.
Mm-hmm.
What's the food that was on here?
So they've got a bunch of roast beast. They've got a lot of fruit. They've got some nice vegan plates. There's a big bowl of gazpacho. There is for you, Tana Starbell, a nice is it a niçoise salad? Niçoise?
Niçoise.
Niçoise.
Oh, yeah.
A niçoise salad.
That sounds so fancy.
There's also some vegetarian dal, but it's mild because there's astral elves. They're still basic bitches.
Conquer the galaxy for spice. Afraid to use it.
Is this person like? Do they look like a cook or do they look like a soldier?
They look like a stewardess.
Okay.
They're basically
right.
dressed like a stewardess from like the 70s.
10-4.
You know, mini skirt, little lapels, little
Yeah.
Xaryxian like pin. Thank you for being imprisoned by Xaryxis.
No problem. Curious, as this may be one of our last meals, my religion prefers aquatic.
Oh, yes,
food.
of course. We have eel as well, and let's see, we have grouper, and let's see, we also have. She flips through the lower trays. Let's see. Well, we have eel and grouper. It's space eel.
Well, see, traditionally we do a tuna. I was wondering if there was any way to request a tuna dish.
Does it actually have to be from the seas?
Preferably, but I would understand if not, as we're kind of a little ways away from that.
One moment, please. And she'll, like, open a little slider door and reach into a literal hole in reality that is there. You'll hear. Let's see. Oh, here we go. And you'll see a little cylindrical item come out in her hand, and it says Bumblebee on the side of it. I hope this will be sufficient.
How dare you!
It's a pull tab. She pulls the tab on this can of Bumblebee tuna, and we'll.
That's a handy drawer.
It's where we keep all of our junk. Hey, it's our junk trunk. Created by the Archmage, Fergie.
I mean, everyone needs a bit of a junk trunk, right?
You know it.
Thanks. They'll take it and turn to them and be like, I don't know, I'm out of ideas. And just go eat their can of dry tuna.
I mean, there's an eel plate too. Like, it's.
No, I was just trying to work with, like, I was hoping they would have to leave and then come back, and we could, like, plan to, like, when they come back to do something. But I'm out, guys. Someone else come up with a plan.
The Bumblebee tuna killed you.
I'm tapped.
Are those orange wedges? Dibs on the orange wedges.
There are many types of fruit, as well as honeydew.
Yeah. He'll start stuffing them into all of his pockets for later.
Although we're very big on traditional marriage, so no cantaloupe.
But,
or yes, cantaloupe. I guess that would be a better joke. I should get that to HR. Anyway, have a nice day. And she'll wink, wink, wink. One of the wheels on the trolley is a little off.
The HR department here is worse than anything else.
Yeah, I know. They gave us honeydew. That's like the worst melon.
Ew,
Shouldn't
don't.
even be counted as a melon.
I don't know. I'm a fan. Takes a whole honeydew.
There is also a mini watermelon.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
This whole thing.
Is
So
there
you'll
only
be
one
able-
miniature watermelon?
One miniature watermelon, yeah. Which Commodore Crux will eye suspiciously.
If anyone else wants it, I had the honeydew. Does anyone else want watermelon? I wouldn't want to presume.
Sorry, I stress eat. It's there's no beverages here. There's Bing bong. The door will open again. And your wine selection. Oh, the melon's already gone.
So fancy.
It's what happens when you have friends who are gifts. They like melons. It's actually quite impressive to watch it.
Oh, I bet.
I'll have the house red.
Of course. Big House Red. We also have bottles of Chateau du Stomp, and let's see, we have Purple Dragon number 6.
Do you have anything a little higher proof?
We've got Captain Morgan.
That'll work.
You have any
We've
like?
got pirates here. That counts.
Yeah.
No, it really doesn't, but we do. We've also got Mad Mountain Brewery for anyone who's wanting a beer. It's very stale from well, at least it stays cold. It's from Icewind Dale.
Fair enough.
Oh, and this for you. And she will hand you a toolkit, Cheshire, that has a series of like olive oil infused syringes in it, as well as some sucker syringes so that you can switch out your olive oil.
Oh my god! Well, thank you.
Of course. Hate for you to go to your doom without feeling comfortable. Oh, also, if you'll, while you're in the showers, simply put your belongings through that hamper. You'll see that next to the showers, there's like, it looks like a changing table, but it's got a big hole in it that's glowing. It should remove any stains, smells, or substances.
Laundry service.
Wrek immediately runs over and lobs his boots in there.
They come out like shiny clean.
Wow. That's never happened before.
God, this place has absolutely
happened to you?
everything. We should be here more often.
It's true. We'll
Spend the
be
rest of
sure to
our
get
lives
captured
here.
again. Do you have a review site somewhere where we give you a number of stars?
Elf.
Oh, we only need the one. Praise Xaryxis.
Of course.
Oh, fair.
Wiki, 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 wiki.
The jokes they do have are lame.
Different trolley, different bad wheel.
That's why they've got the 1 star.
Can I use healing
makes
word
sense.
on it?
Oh my god.
Yes,
the car a
yes, but that implies very rough things about their trolleys.
I'm aware.
Like you heal the bacteria in the trolley. The trolley's a mimic. Like, what are we going with here?
I don't know.
The trolley could be a mimic.
You could be a mimic for all
It'd
I
be very
know.
concerning if it worked. Yeah.
This entire stream could be a mimic. That's why you
Like
guys
those
stick with us,
implications.
because you can't get your strength save.
Oh no!
All right. So
I got an
they are
8.
You're stuck with us. Enjoy your last meal.
Thank you. Better service here than at the academy.
So, God damn it. So do we think that cleaning portal goes somewhere or just cleans things?
I anticipate it just cleans things.
Probably just cleans things. Do we want to test it?
Yeah, what do you think would happen if like one of us went in there?
Give me a second. Mule's going to remove a tiny glob, though probably the exact same portion that was separated from in the Tupperware, and is going to drop it through the little hole, the glowy hole.
Okay, I need you to make me a wisdom save. Or a charisma save. I'll allow you to do that.
Okay, let me just double check here.
Yeah.
Wisdom is slightly better. That's a
Okay.
5.
All right, so Mool, we're going to focus in on you, and you are going to drop into the hole. And as you drop into the hole, you are going to find yourself falling through an infinite blackness that suddenly blooms and kaleidoscopes with the heat birth of the universe. Kaleidoscope shapes that you didn't even realize existed begin ballooning around you. Suddenly, Mulj, you find yourself standing in the middle of a wide room. No, it's like you're standing on top of the world. All around you, you're standing on water, and you're seeing every character from the entire show. Congratulations! Congratulations! You did it! We believe in you! Congratulations! Congratulations!
What?
You did it! Congratulations!
What did I do?
You survived, Amy! And then it's all of them are going to drip down to
Who's
ink,
Amy? How
and
did
you're
I
going to
survive them?
plunge through the floor
Who's Amy?
and are going to fall further, tumbling down into blackness, and are going to land in the middle of just a plain dark room with a single overhead spotlight going, and you'll hear from one corner of the room,
Hello? Hello? That's a little weird.
and suddenly you'll hear as 10 small gnome-shaped creatures armed with toothbrushes begin to scrub you down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a little...
We're
That's
cleaning up the ooze. What? What's wrong?
That's a
They
little
all
weird.
look at you. You need to be cleaned. You're in the cleaning room.
What was that place I was in before?
The innermost reaches of your subconscious?
Who's Amy? How did I survive them?
No one survives Amy.
I don't know what that means.
They're going to scrub you down, but at hyper speed. They scrub you for an hour in I believe 1 minute.
This is kind of nice.
Yeah, as they get all the crannies, and crooks and stuff like that, and then they're going to go, all right, you're all clean, Greg. And suddenly, as you look across the room, there is this black shape sitting in the corner with this elongated head, this black carapace with these spiny protrusions off their back, no eyes to speak of, long insidious claws, and a segmented tail ending with a spear-like tip. It turns and looks at you, opens its mouth, and a smaller mouth is going to come out of its mouth and go, hey, enjoy the rest of your day, y'all. And it'll reach forward and pull a lever.
Executed. Oh.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. And a hole is going to go open beneath you, and you're going to and hit the ground beneath the table. Everybody else, Mulj dropped a thing, and it went on the ground. No time difference.
I don't know if that works. Let me check it. And Mulj's going to reabsorb the tiny blob.
I've seen things.
I think we have bigger things to worry about if we make it through this. There's something called Amy.
Does it smell like spearmint? My boots smell like spearmint now.
I don't know. You check. I can't.
Honestly, the little it's kind of funny because like Mulj's kind of blue, but this is like a shiny like starlight blue that's just floating in a glob. Like the clean part of her or them is just kind of floating around. Honestly, it's new car smell.
Wait, who's it? An Amy?
I don't.
You know, I met someone that followed a Kelly once.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But no, that's not a way out.
If this is our end, then I must say, it is good to be doing this with friends. I'm sorry, my friends, I think I've led you into this predicament. I fear that my quest for vengeance against Xaryxis has doomed you all.
Crux, you remember that we picked you up, right? and we dragged you along on this, you would still be living sadly but relatively comfortably in a bar somewhere. So we kind of
Comfortably
brought
drunk,
you to
yes.
your doom. Yes,
They have a
comfortably
point.
numb.
Hmm.
So if anyone has anything to apologize for, it's us.
Well, I guess forgiven then.
At least we have friends.
Mm-hmm. So, should we make some sort of a plan?
Well, I figure
If they try to kill us
What
sooner
if-
than later, I might be able to summon some sort of horrid creature again.
that's fair.
Hmm.
How hard do we think it would be to sever this building from the star?
Do we just
What
have
if
to
we put,
push it really hard?
or
Because, like, yeah.
a really big mirror and reflect the starlight back?
Hmm?
Or
That's
the
good
beam.
thinking.
Like, I don't know which way it's coming or going.
But, like, I'm thinking if we can, like, blow up the tip of this tower, for instance, and sever the connection,
Mhm.
then that should solve our problems, right?
You
Because then
think
they'll
just
have
blowing
bigger
the
things
tip is
to
gonna
worry
fix
about.
Finally
it?
die.
Hmm.
How does the king connect to the star?
I'm not certain. I believe that, I mean, the Emperor is dead.
So that's currently nothing's connecting nothing.
But it's
So
still
we
connected.
should connect to it
Wow.
and become the true rulers of Xaryxis.
I don't think you have the stuff for that, Cheshire.
You know, I'm sure I could
we
build a
might,
couple
though.
ears.
No, I mean, you don't have the royal blood because you don't have any blood.
Well, I
Oh.
could drain theirs.
That could work. You know what? I would be willing to do a taste test comparison.
Like, you know, really, when you think about it, I function largely on hydraulics, and that's the moving of fluids and stuff.
Oh, I
We
know you
just replace
function on
that fluid
hydraulics.
with royal
Do you
blood,
really
then
have to
boom,
do
I'm
that
royal
every
blood.
time? What
Wait,
is
hang
this?
on. Can you tell blood types?
I mean, I'm a bit of a connoisseur.
This has horrible implications for things that Tana has done, but can you tell
I'm
if
pretty
she's royal
confident
blood?
that I do not possess royal blood.
Hey, you know what? I don't
Are
know
you
who
asking
my
me to
parents
bite
are,
Tana?
so-
Tana, that's kind of kinky,
Well,
but you know,
put a little in a
it
cup
seems
or
like-
something.
look, I'm just saying that you seem. I mostly thought you were interested in elves, but you are very fetching.
This wasn't even my suggestion.
Look, I'm just saying I could do much worse.
Do we even
I'm not trying to pimp
know
you
that
out. Tana.
royal blood is a factor in this?
Maybe it's just a royal thingy, and
We
Francis
do
is gonna,
have
like,
a royal thingy.
Yeah,
well, why
like,
don't you
lift-
just
kinda
kill
lift
every astral
Tana up.
elf except for Tana, and then Tana's the de facto leader?
I mean, I'm okay with this.
That might be time
Do
consuming.
you have some kind of bio weapon that we don't know about?
No, not anymore.
Can we recreate one?
This is why we don't deserve nice things.
So,
I'm sorry. I love it when you catch your when you laugh at your own delivery. You're just like, oh god damn it.
we probably don't have time to
Oh.
create some sort of biological elf plague. However, we are
Yes, there's
probably going
never
to have a lot
enough
of
time
to
for
be
leisure
very, very
activities.
bored during the funeral, so we could simply make it more exciting by, interrupting it violently.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
attempting
and
to
we're-
be friends
Ends up
because
dead.
I hate that guy.
And I mean, they're elves. Apart from present company, we do know they're kind of stuck up a bit. And if somebody crashes an event without
quite
an
stuck up too,
invitation,
so.
they will probably just freak out because their little brains can't comprehend the fact that, oh my god, somebody's not following my set of rules. How do we do this?
Actually, given what I've seen so far, they'll probably just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
They
as
seem,
long
you
as
know what?
have
They
an
seem
emotional
very
breakdown
flexible in that
first.
regard. You know, like, oh, traffic
Or
ticket. Oh,
not.
I kill you.
or not very flexible, because that's the only thing they ever do is cry and kill people.
I haven't seen them
You
cry,
threaten to
but I
kill
have seen them
people as
kill a lot
well?
of people.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Maybe if they cry, they would kill less people.
yeah, maybe
probably
that's
fair.
good. Maybe we should do some therapy sessions.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
who wants to be the therapist?
So, you've had enough time for another quick short rest if you want to roll some of your hit dice, Kat.
Yes.
For some of us that got injured.
just
Look, it wasn't my
injuries
fault, okay?
fine.
That's gonna be. I mean, I may as well spend a few more hit dice. Oh, and actually, my parry after wound closure increases this.
Woo! Damn it.
Oh
Fine.
yeah, it doubles the hit what I get from hit dice. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Doubles it? Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty hardcore.
Very
So that's
sick.
16, 20. Okay, so it was basically full before I doubled it. So there we go.
Nice.
I'm full again.
I'm very proud of you. Okay. So, as that occurs, there is as you're taking a moment to hold yourselves up. It's been about 10 hours since you've been in here. You've had your meal. You've had a rest. You've started to do some planning.
I guess just putting some of those plans in towards Tana has Dimension Door and Summon Greater Demon ready.
Mm-hmm. I look
Could be an
forward to
entertaining combination.
I look forward to seeing those in effect. It's gonna be good. So, as you are finishing doing your preparations, trying to figure out what the hell you're going to be doing, there is a noise outside, a jangle, jangle, jangle. Click, click. And once again, Corlith stands outside. The funeral is complete. Come with me. It's time.
So, how did the
Okay.
funeral go?
It is over now.
And how does that make you feel?
Make me a persuasion roll. Alternatively, Mulj, I will allow charisma insight.
Oh,
Oh.
frick. One sec.
Ooh.
I have insight. Oh, cool. Okay.
Because you're guiding through emotions, I'll allow charisma insight. Yeah.
Okay.
That's hilarious. God, I love you, Amy.
I'm using my determination.
Okay.
Yes.
It should be a 15.
A 15. Honestly, not too good. The Emperor was a good... an honorable man. He shall be missed. Whatever scheme the princess has in mind, wish you well in your part to play in it. I fear that the grape has not been ripened by the vine, necessarily, at least in one case.
That sounds rough.
Yes. Well, enough of that. We should be off.
That was really brave of you.
I'm an honor guard. Bravery is my life. Thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Francis wipes away a single tear from hearing this man open up. and make sure that he sees it.
He does see it. All right, so the lot of you, as well as Grimzod, Mr. Flinch, Topola, and Crux. Yes, Tana, you were about to say something?
No.
Okay. The lot of you are marched into the temple. And as you make your way there, pushing your way past a slew of onlookers, you head through into the main temple. You see an elf priest presiding over the figure of the late emperor, whose body floats on an azure pool, with a brilliant beam of light penetrating it from above. Flanking the priest are Prince Zeleth and Princess Zadali. The prince is arrayed in regal splendor, his expression one of exaltation, while Zadali stands stiffly, regarding her brother with a look of utter loathing. Silence fills the temple as the priest raises his arms, and the emperor's body, shrouded in light, rises into the beam and disappears. "The Emperor has ascended," the priest announces. "His spirit is one with the light of Xaryxis. As his firstborn heirs, Prince Zeleth and Princess Zadali are both in line to rule, but Princess Zadali stands accused of treason. Are there any who would dispute this claim?" A hush falls over the crowd. Oh, all right. What do you guys do? What do you do?
We all put our hands up, I think.
Yeah.
I see none that... Oh. Yes. You there.
Which one of us first?
I'm just supporting.
The citizen.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense.
Push Tana forward.
Citizen again. Nice. So swanky. Oh my goodness. The Emperor was an honorable man, but the Prince is a coward and a scoundrel. If this empire is to be stable and worth anything, they must both be on the throne, or she should be. This pathetic worm couldn't even fight me himself in person when we did combat before, sending only a small remote image to attempt to strike fear into me with his pathetic whining. This pathetic wimp should not be close to a throne.
He's an asshole!
Tana, I let you talk because I thought you'd be more diplomatic than me, but you're not doing very well.
No.
The prince will lean over. The prince will lean over and leer at you and say, "And yet it worked. My image struck fear into your pathetic heart, exile."
It was the dragon, actually.
Not
And the dragon
really
seemed
that
really
either.
sad.
Yeah, you clearly don't treat your animals very well.
Yeah, do you realize the emotional state that left that dragon in?
I'm sorry. I do not care to the whims of lesser animals, so I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh, we have to turn up the volume. You're an animal abuser!
You're so mature.
See, volume.
Hear what they're saying.
Francis
All
will
right.
also kind of turn to the audience and see, do you all want a ruler that doesn't listen to people below him?
I did not say that I did not listen to my people, but you
Oh, so you
are
can
not
hear
my
me.
people.
Okay.
Enjoy your last pathetic gasps at pedants. I would spend my last moments of existence more constructively.
Begging?
Is he into that?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you say negging?
Negging quite possibly too, but I picture your last moments to be one of whimpering and crying and begging and hoping for mercy. You've been a coddled infant your entire life, well into your adulthood.
Slay, Tana.
Tana Starbell, exile number 42962. Why was it
Do you
exactly
think there
that
might be
you
some
were...
issues in an empire with more than 4,000 exiles?
We've existed for more than 10 millennia. We're bound to get more than one every couple of years.
And you remember their number? Now who's the pedant?
I felt it necessary to look up your file.
Hmm? Oh, are you going to try to call me out in front of everyone? For what?
Why did you leave? Why were you forced to leave?
Because I fundamentally disagree with keeping this dead star alive.
Because you abandoned
Things are
your
supposed
family,
to die.
your parents, your friends.
They abandoned me.
Well, Tana Starbell, I can give you one gift.
Hmm?
Your wish to die will be granted.
I don't know, did I clarify that being a wish of mine?
Everything should die. Maybe you should show us how it's done. What say
Sure,
you?
why don't we start with you?
Okay, so
With the
can I get a give me a persuasion or intimidation roll to get like you're trying to convince the crowd, right? So what do you think?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you advantage on this. So I want
because
you.
we're all helping.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I want you to,
Dun, 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 dun.
and there will be a couple of like, I don't like him too much either.
That
says
actually is pretty
Flinch.
solid intimidation, so let's go for that.
Okay. You'll hear Grimzod say, "Yeah,
You
he's
said
a
advantage,
dick."
right?
With advantage.
Okay, brilliant. So my first roll is an 18.
Okay.
So I'll go with that one. Second roll is a 14. So with efficiency and that's a 25.
There's silence in the hall as Zeleth raises his hands, and then you're gonna hear.
Tana pulls out a book.
As like the slow clap builds, and like people are like, yeah, you know what? You should fight. And as you do that, he's going to look around the room kind of alarmed. Only someone who bears one of the Starlight Rings can challenge for the right to rule. And where's your ring, sister? She will just kind of smile and go,
I think Tana's like laying her book on the ground and stands up. I challenge your right to rule.
very well, sister. He sneers. Since you won't face me yourself, I too name a champion. Bring forth the Zodar! The crowd stops cheering and let out a collective gasp as the guards part ranks to make way for a creature clad from head to toe in a suit of obsidian armor. As it floats toward you, you realize that the armor is the creature. The priest turns to face you. The Zodar has served the imperial family since the dawn of the empire. Its knowledge is vast. Its will is absolute. Its knowledge of ways to bring you to ruin and to kill you are infinite. To the death! And I think it is time for a quick washroom break.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Amazing.
shit myself.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
sorry, y'all. You let Tana.
It doesn't look too
No,
hard.
no, no. This is beautiful. This is exactly what
Oh my god.
I don't know what I expected, but like this is
It's only
definitely up
medium
there on the
sized.
list.
It's only medium sized.
Not bad.
He's an
Got a giant ape in the
asshole.
corner.
He's an asshole, Zort. All right, folks, we're going to be back after this quick break. Everybody, we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Light of Xaryxis. We're not going to do any time chatting this episode because we got to get into this big fight. So we are going to be doing this Theater of the Mind style because they didn't design a map for this really. I mean, they kind of did. Like, there's a picture of the temple, but they also, like, don't show you where things are on the map, so I'm assuming. Like, so just this big map, right? And you're like, I guess we're, like, right here? Or maybe we're here, or here, or maybe we're on this page with no map. I don't know. And I'm just going to make it up and say that you're not. You're, there's a buttress. I don't know what the buttress, where the buttress? What is a buttress? Is that the part that sticks out?
Yeah.
It's like an overhanging balcony.
Thank you. Okay. So
The
the
It's just like
prince-
to flatten it. So
The prince has a big buttress, and I cannot lie.
he doesn't. He's an astral elf. It's flat. It's if it's a big buttress, it's padding.
Mm.
It's more like a
yeah, we're
trunnion.
sick.
A trunnion. Oh boy.
A trunnion is the pivot point on a cannon. So a butt being like
I
a
thought it
trunnion
was
is
like a
just that
special
hip
kind of like
point.
Funyun.
Wouldn't it be great? No.
Yes,
No,
when
but
two
Your
of them
DM
get
tells you the
linked-
building is festooned with trunnions.
when two
One of them-
onions are linked together, like the
Yes, that's a
like,
trunnion.
like handcuffs.
That's called docking.
No. I'm
All right,
surprised we
so-
haven't any docking jokes in this game.
I know,
Anyway.
right? We're so mature. All right. Back into this. We're gonna head back into game. Ready? It's time for the Light of Xaryxis in a 3, a 2, 1. Welcome back to Spelljammer, Light of Xaryxis. As you stand in front of this creature, the Zodar, a bipedal entity cased in an obsidian exoskeleton. There are no facial features aside from 2 narrow vertical slits that resemble eyes. Its countenance betrays no hint of pain, emotion, or anything. Tana, you can make me a history roll to know what the hell a Zodar is.
That sounds good.
Anyone else can make me an Arcana roll with disadvantage.
Am I proficient in history today? I'm not. Wait, I am already proficient in history.
Aha!
So I have an 18.
Okay. What you know about Zodars are they are they're aberrations. They are, nobody knows how many Zodar exist or where they came from, but they interact with sapient creatures in manners that go beyond a mere aloofness. They simply hover in silence. When they finally perform some significant action, the reason for that action aren't always clear. They also, it's believed that Zodar have specific missions that are handed down to them. They're there for a divine or other type of purpose. They have some incredibly powerful abilities and the ability to speak, how many times? Up to 3 times in their life. But also incredible cosmic power.
So Silent
as-
Bob is a Zodar, is what you're saying.
It's Silent Bob,
Hard
Silent
to
Bob the
negotiate with.
Zodar. But you know they also have the ability to cast the Wish spell once. It destroys them, but they have godlike power. So as the Zodar is called, you challenge to a fight. Zadali says, fine. They have the ring. Zelith goes and says, I too name a champion. Bring forth the Zodar. The priest says, to the death! Whoever wins this combat, their champion shall choose the future emperor of Xaryxis. Should the Zodar win, Prince Zelith shall ascend to the throne. Should you lot win, then it shall be Princess Zadali. May the best champions win.
Oh man, we're gonna do so good.
I need an initiative roll.
I'm so good at rolling dice today.
All right, time to roll my initiative as a Zodar. Let's do it. I'm going to spend a Hurt Them More to reroll that. That's better. What's my dex? Ooh, I'm pretty dexterous. So this giant, like, rhino beetle armor-looking thing floats toward you. All right, looking at the initiative right now, I have... Ooh, damn. I have Wrek with a 26. I have Captain Starbun there, Cheshire, with a 19. I have the Zodar. Then I have... Yep, I have Mulj and Francis tied. And then at the very bottom, I have Tana. Okay. The fight begins. The Zodar is in front of you. The crowd is cleared, and a translucent barrier forms around you in a 60-foot diameter circle. It shimmers, encasing you and the Zodar together for this final battle. Wrek, you're up. What do you do? This creature is about medium size. It floats above the ground. What do you do?
Sorry to put this in your face, but it's my foot. And how far away is he?
He is about 30 feet from you. Exactly.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's enough distance that I'm going to launch myself at him and lay into him with flurry of blows.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. And spend my key point. Where's my 7? There it is. 1, 2, 3.
And I will say, bring your A game, everybody, because this is a biggie.
Okay. So.
I mean, I only got 2 spell slots. Can you use at least one?
So 25, 22, 17, and 17.
Okay, you have you don't have determination, so 25 and 22 will hit.
Okay.
You rush forward, slamming your fist. 2 hits are going to hit deeply. The others are going to bounce off its armor.
I'm going to throw Stunning Strike on both of those.
Okay. Okay,
And-
I fail the first one, and I get a nat 20 on the second one. I choose to succeed the first one with my legendary resistance.
Okay, well, my Flurry of Blows, my special on it, I'm going to spoil your reactions. So
Okay.
you cannot use any reactions that you have. And I believe that includes Hurt Them Mores. And the damage is 10 and 10 for both of those hits.
It means I can't spend my Hurt Them Mores for reactions. So I can spend my Hurt Them Mores if it's not part of a reaction.
Yeah, so that lasts until the end of my next turn.
Okay. And do I get a save against that, or is that automatic?
For my Flurry of Blows?
Yeah. The reaction.
No, that is straight up automatic.
Oh, that's broken. I love it. Okay. So rushing up, you're going to go wham, wham, wham. All right. And drop down next to it. Cheshire, you're up. What do you do?
All right. So, because it was 24 hours since my last thing, I forgot to roll my Cosmic Omen. And that's odd. Perfect. I like that. She's gonna start by casting Blight on it.
Okay, casting Blight.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a con save?
That is a con save, and I'm gonna use my Cosmic Omen right off the bat to take a d6 off of that roll, please.
Okay, roll d6.
So that's -3 off that roll.
Okay, does a 17 pass?
Ooh, I'm pretty sure that does. Let me just double check. Yes, the 17 passes. So this will be
Alright.
half damage for you.
Okay, give it to me.
All right, and It's gonna be not great. 10, 17, 21, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28 necrotic damage.
Okay. 28
And then
necrotic
bonus-
damage.
Yeah, and then bonus action, I'm going to activate my starry form.
So that was 28. Was that halved?
Oh, sorry, that was that's going to be 14.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, totally fine. I'm just checking one thing real quick. Okay.
And I'm gonna summon my starry form chalice actually for healing.
Sounds good. Hey, Mike, where's the thing about not being able to use reactions? Is that a base class feature, or is that part of Way of the Open Hand?
Way of the Open Hand. Here, I'll find it.
Oh yeah, you can just impose. Holy crap, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I don't get any specials, but it prevents you from using specials.
Oh, that's real. That's real good. Okay, so your blight energy is going to kind of hit it like a miasma, kind of wearing into its armor, and it is going to just float ominously toward you. Cheshire, do you have any other actions this turn?
No, it's just that and my bonus action.
Okay. So, Wrek, you are directly next to it. It is going to raise one of its armored, segmented arms and is going to strike at you. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. That is going to be 22 points of force damage as it smashes you into the ground, and is going to... Cheshire, you just cast that at it. You're going to see reality warp around you. I need you to make me a con save.
Okay, coming up. Yeah, that dice is gone. Okay. Con save, that's going to be a... Did you do that? 17.
17 is a fail.
No!
Suddenly,
Okay.
you're going
Hit
to
it.
see reality warp around you, and you are blinked out of existence. And the next thing you see, the Zodar vanishes as well. 20 feet to the north of you, it suddenly reappears, smashing Cheshire's face into the floor. Cheshire, I also have a 29 to hit you with an attack.
Oh god, yeah! Oh my, that's beautiful.
I rolled very poorly, thankfully, on my initial damage though. So, first off, from the forced teleportation, you are going to take, that is going to be 16, 25 points of force damage. And you are going to take 18 points of force damage from the punch. For a total of 43 points of force damage as it just smashes you into the ground.
Oh, that was so cool.
I love that it can just do that once per
That
turn.
is amazing.
All right, Mulj or Francis, what do you do? They're about 20 feet to the north of you, so about 20 feet away from, actually 20 feet away from all of you at this point, at the top of a triangle.
Okay. You can go, Amy.
Sure. So Mulj's going to rage and is going to charge up and is going to reckless attack because, you know, that's what we do. And is going to yell, "Get off my friends!"
There.
Yeah. There. Yeah. Sweet. Does a... Oh, crap. A 21
Yes.
and a... Oh, the other one definitely hits then, because that's like a 25.
All right, go ahead.
Yay. Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay. That should be 17 bludgeoning, I believe. Yeah.
Perfect.
17.
17 bludgeoning is going to work. So smashing up, you're going to smash it twice with your tendrils. Do you do anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's bonus action and my attacks.
And that's with your rage damage as well?
Yep.
Okay.
I rolled pretty badly.
You start to dent its obsidian armor as you are smashing into it. This thing is tough as a freight train.
And that is magical damage for intensive magic resistance.
Perfect. Francis, it is your turn.
Okay, this thing is within. I would like to get within 15 feet of it.
Okay.
Or I guess within 10 feet of it because I want it in my 15-foot radius.
You can absolutely rush up to it. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll just kind of stomp their way forward, pulling out their giant hammer and dragging it along the ground behind them. But as they drag it along, instead of sparks, it looks like sea foam. And then they whip it up around them, and like water elementals, like angelic looking water elementals, start flitting out around them as they cast a 4th level Spirit Guardians.
Ooh, hell yes.
And then we'll just start the last couple steps they take, rumble and thunder as they step down as I prep my Cloud Giant ability.
Oh, hell yes.
And that is their turn.
Okay, that is beautiful. I love that. So it's inside of that range, so I'll put a little note at the beginning of their turn. Mulj, I'm seeing in the chat that you forgot to reroll damage dice. Would you like me to spend something good happens to let you use that?
I don't think it's worth it in this case.
Okay,
No.
sounds good. Okay, down to the bottom of the initiative, we have Tana.
Sorry, bad time for hydration. So I'm actually going to use an ability that I haven't used this entire game, which I'm kind of excited for, which is Astral Refuge. So this allows Tana to typically poof into the astral plane and then cast 2 self-targeted spells and then poof back. So it takes an action,
Ooh.
and you get 2 spells out of it, which is pretty heckin' rad. One of those is going to be my Armor of Shadows, which gives me mage armor as just it's for free. It doesn't take a spell slot, which is quite nice. The second one, though, is I'm going to cast Fly as a 4th level spell to give both Tana and Cheshire like a full 60 foot per second of fly speed.
Ooh, beautiful. You can cast that on 2 people,
If I do it at a spell slot of 4th level or higher, I can target
which
one
you
additional
automatically
creature
do
for
as a
each level
warlock.
addition. Yeah, I got no choice. I got to do it. So we got poofy magical space powers.
Okay.
And I'm just going to fly up to the top.
Okay, so this will basically, the dome is going to go up, say, so it's about 60 feet wide. I'll say that it goes up about 60 feet as well.
Sure, yeah, that sounds good. And
It's
I'm
more of a
picturing this
cylinder
very
than
much
a
looking
dome.
like she's stepping into a gap of space and then being levitated by the gaps between stars. So spooky,
Ooh.
weird black wisps.
I freaking love it. I think that is amazing. I love you and Christa's descriptions there. They were both really rad.
We're gonna get murdered.
Okay, top of the initiative again as you float around. This creature floats, still holding Cheshire by the back of her hair. Wrek, it is your turn. What do you do? This thing ran away from you.
I am going to rinse repeat.
Okay, rushing up from behind. I'm going to spend a hurt them more to give you advantage on your first attack.
2, 3. Okay. 1, 2.
That's not. That doesn't sound good. If you want him to hit.
Deeply
yeah.
something saying.
Wait, does that count as a reaction? Because that lasts until the end of my turn.
To give you a something good happens? To give you advantage?
You said
said hurt them
okay. You
more.
said
Oh,
hurt
did I
them
say hurt
more.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it
Oh,
hurt them more.
I'll take
That's
it.
what I was
I can
like,
take it
what?
back. I can take it back.
We
thought something really bad was about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, why are you trying to hurt me?
Yeah.
That seems odd. Okay, so 2 of these are not great, so they're hitting with 12 and 12, and the other ones are 24 and 26.
Those are both going to hit those 2.
Okay. 1, 2. I'm going to throw a stunning strike on both of those.
Okay.
3, 2.
That is okay. What's my DC for the stunning strike?
14.
Okay, that's a miss. Okay. Succeeds one, fails one, spending a legendary resistance to ignore that other one.
Okay. And I'm going to tack on my Fury of the Small, giving me +3 damage for any creature medium or larger.
Yep.
So that's going to be a... So that's another 19 damage.
19. Oh, that's good. That's a good start.
And with my Flurry of Blows, continue to hold your spoiling your reactions.
Sounds good. So I can't spend Hurt the Moors outside of my turn. Understood. Cheshire, it is your turn. You've been slammed face first into the ground. Some of your gears are grinding through the front of your face.
And
Sparks
she is
are
going
erupting from one of your eyes. What do you do?
Ooh, that hurts. She's going to Misty Step. 30 feet above.
Okay.
So directly above this thing, and right as Tana's fly spell activates, and her wings are just going to out with these. You said it was like kind of
Sort of
butterfly
if you
wings?
picture like a hole in reality that happens to be mysterious and dark and not at all terrifying and eldritch, that would be
yeah. So
way to
she's
explain it.
going to, instead of her normal colorful bright wings that she's used to, she's gonna just sprout two big like black swirly wings instead. And she's going to use her movement to go up to the top of the dome, and she is going to... You said this is a 60-foot radius dome, correct?
It's 60, and we'll say it's a 60-foot tall cylinder dome, so that I don't have to worry about the triangulation of the dome and it's multiplying by pi. So.
Okay. Okay, so that would... So it's 60 feet wide then, eh?
It's 60 feet wide from side to side, yeah.
Okay, so I can't do that. Can't do that. And she is going to... Yeah, I thought it was radius, and so I was going to use Call Lightning, but I can't do that.
Sorry.
No worries. I just have to come up
No,
with
the
a... You know
room
what?
is much larger.
Yeah,
The protective sphere is not as large.
No, granted, that couldn't pass through that sphere, could it? It would have to be within the sphere?
Well, it's a battle circle, so let me just double check that real quick. So the rules of lightning are 100-foot line, blah, blah, blah. No, it's call lightning, it's not lightning bolt. My
Yeah,
bad.
so it's 10 foot tall with a 60-foot radius centered on a point you can see within range. Oh, also directly above me, I'm at the top of this thing, so I'm just going to cast Blight instead. I'm just going to redo that.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to reuse my Cosmic Omen to give you a minus d6 of -5 off of your save, please, Kelly.
Okay.
As she points her Q-staff at this thing, reaches into the stars themselves, drags out this constellation, and funnels it down her quarterstaff directly into this thing, dealing... that's 16, 26, 26, 32, 37, 39, 41 necrotic damage.
Okay. I am spending my last legendary resistance to ignore that because I botched my save.
Oh, so sad, but that is very valid.
Yup, that's why I have them.
Out though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 20 points of damage as you hit me with that. Anything else you're doing this turn? That's it, right? Misty Step. That. Okay, so
Misty
this
Step,
fight is not dramatic enough. So it is my turn again. So I'm gonna start rolling. I'm gonna start spending some Hurt the Moors. This is my dice. This is his. All right. With that, Wrek, right? It's going to turn around and
Make a wisdom save, please.
Oh, you're right.
Ooh.
Okay. Do me double damage, please. I just botched with the big die. How much better hurt the more to reroll that?
One.
That sounded like a cannonball.
That's a 14.
Oh, that might be it. Wait. My spell save is 14.
Okay, so that's gonna
I
work.
hang on, I upped my wisdom. Do I have this as a... No, okay, I do. It's 8 plus... what is it
3
again?
plus
It's
wisdom
8
modifier.
plus 3 plus 3. 8 and 6 is 14. Oh, son of a bitch. Can you lower it? No, don't do that one. It's fine.
I'll
he still takes
spend
half.
if something good happens to make him reroll, if you want.
No, you've already... You're gonna end up rolling higher. It's all good. But I did do it at 4th level, so it's 4d8. But
Okay.
you are still gonna take half.
Yes.
It's radiant damage, so that is a 9 plus 6 is 15. So 15 halved is 7 radiant damage. Not great.
Okay, so that's what happened at the start of his turn. Spending a Earth them more to get advantage. Okay, Wrek. It is going to punch you with a 33 to hit.
Yeah, I'd say that hits me.
That probably hits. I could have rolled way better on damage, though. That is going to be 25 points of force damage as it smashes you. And you know what? You're trying to stunning strike it. It's gonna designate you as its primary antagonist at this point, and is going to vanish with you. If you need, I need you to do me a favor and make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Constitution. That's 21.
21. Okay. So you are going to be teleported, but you're going to take half damage. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh man, that's great. 13, 17. You're going to take 17 points of force damage, halved, which drops it down to 8 points of force damage.
I was gonna say 17 would have dropped me, but halved.
Halved
I'm
doesn't.
almost there.
But here's the thing: it warps reality around you, and suddenly you are suddenly all the way in the air, right next to Cheshire and Tana.
Cool.
You are gonna take 8 points of damage, and I need you to do me a favor and make me an acrobatics check because you're falling 60 feet.
I'm also a monk, so I actually can reduce fall damage.
You can. Now here's the question: do you need to be able
Does
to
that
touch
force
over?
damage take you out? Are you
No,
falling
force damage
unconscious?
does not. So you can reduce falling damage you take by 5 times your monk level. So let me just roll. Let's see. You're falling 60 feet. It is impossible for me. Oh no, I could roll 8 damage if I roll max. 1 sec. Okay. Oh, actually, no, I couldn't. I couldn't roll more than 36. My math skills are awful. So using slow fall, you're going to be able to fall from the 60 feet and land perfectly safe on the ground.
Yep.
Cool. I still have one more attack. I'm going to grab Cheshire.
Oh no!
And spend a hurt them more for advantage on this hit.
Isn't Cheshire up top?
I teleported 60 feet into the air.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you sent...
Sorry, they teleport together is the way that it works. Cheshire,
Gotcha.
I have a 33 to hit you.
Oh, the 28 misses, but the 33 hits, you know?
Okay, that sounds good. Take 21 points of force damage.
Ooh, she is out.
Okay. And then, because it's my turn, I'm going to hurt them more to take an attack at Tana. Tana,
No, my
I
knee.
have a 30 to hit you.
Let me, yeah.
Okay. That's going to be 17 points of force damage.
Oh no.
And I'm going to save my other 2 hurt them mores. So it's going to smash into you as Cheshire goes and starts falling to the ground. And then the Zodar is going to hover. They're 60 feet above the ground.
Like right next to me?
Right next to you because it has a fly speed, baby.
This thing's a jerk.
It's a jerk. Mulj, it is your turn. This thing is 60 feet in the air.
Yeah, that might complicate things. Give me a hot moment. I need to check a specific thing. So, as a barbarian with decent strength, I can jump pretty well, right?
I don't think you can jump 60 feet. But,
no, but I can teleport 30 feet.
Okay, so a running jump, you can...
The question is if I can jump 30 feet up, if I can get 30 feet airborne, and then teleport is my...
I don't think you can jump 30 feet in the air, unfortunately. I believe it is... For a standard jump, you can jump a number of feet equal to your strength mod as a leap. Like from,
distance jumping is much more...
Distance jumping, but height jumping is not nearly so good.
Hey, Amy, I think I have something that I don't want you in the area for, so do you mind if I go first while you strap?
Oh, that's right. You guys are on the same initiative, so...
Cool. Francis is going to look up, find like a side of a wall or something that he can kind of angle, and they're gonna swing the hammer and make a big clang on something and cast a 4th level shatter, hoping this thing's made of metal.
It is made of obsidian, actually.
Stone, crystal, or meth? Meth?
Crystal.
Made of crystal meth.
Francis, we have to cook.
The real monster.
It's made. If it's
the armor breaks
stone,
open and it's Jesse Pinkman inside going, bitch. It uses its last speaking in life to be like, bitch. All right.
So it is going to roll with disadvantage.
Okay, it's going to roll with disadvantage.
Material.
Yep, because it's all right.
1.
Not a 1. I got a 17.
As the lowest?
Disadvantage. Pardon me. 10.
Disadvantage. Yes, okay. I'm going to use my cleric ability to maximize the 5d8 thunder damage.
I'm so proud
what's
of you.
5 times 8?
5 times 8 is 40.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 thunder damage, please and thank you.
Damn.
I have disadvantage. It's the damage. I'm not vulnerable to the damage. It's only...
Unless he has it.
Okay.
But no, it just is a creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal.
As you slam into the side of the magic barrier to resonate this, the shatter is going to go and skip up the wall in this arc of force that is going to strike the Zodar kind of behind. I'm assuming you're aiming to hit near Tana, but not on Tana.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot radius, so it's going to be just next to it. Yeah.
So it is going to ring through, and Tana, as close as you are, you're going to see the armor begin to splinter a bit. This thing is bloodied.
Ooh. And I would like to use my... No one's down yet, right?
Cheshire's down. Cheshire is falling to the ground right now.
Down. I'm going to cast Spare the Dying.
Okay, actually, pardon me. Cheshire will stabilize automatically.
Yeah.
Because of the parry.
Because of your thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So Cheshire will fall to the ground and go thump thump. Because you fall 50 feet around.
Do they start dying again because of hitting the ground?
They do not. The periaptive wound closure will save them.
Again. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Every time I drop to, I go down, she stabilizes at 0 at the start of the next turn.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Well, at the start of the next turn. So if they go down, then they hit the ground. Are they taking additional damage?
For some reason, they are not going to die from this fight.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. Theoretically, that could have killed them, but you can see Cheshire servo still kind of as she's kind of in the ground in a crumpled heap. So if you have any spells that heal at all,
I cast Shatter.
That's fair.
So I can't. Yeah. To be fair, Francis will probably cast Spare the Dying regardless, and even though it doesn't do anything. So
sounds great. All right, Mulj, it is your turn then. So Mulj, I looked it up. You can jump 3 plus your strength modifier in height. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. So because that option that's not really an option. I think Mulj is still going to activate their Eldritch Claw tattoo, and is gonna, I think is gonna hold their action for if it comes within 30 or within 15.
Sounds good.
Wait.
Sorry, I just had
Yeah.
the dumbest idea, but it's
Within
my
15
idea
feet.
and not yours,
Mhm.
so I'm not gonna
Mhm.
give it to you. Unless you make me spend the last something good happens.
No, not yet.
No, okay.
Putting it
no,
down.
We'll hold off.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm pretty down for if we wanted to get a dumb idea, I'm pretty down.
I don't
as a
know. I
group,
think Amy's
so
capable of coming up with some dumb ideas. I believe
Yep.
in
That's
that.
accurate.
I appreciate your faith in me.
Okay. All right, Tana, it is your turn.
Sure. So Tana's actually going to use the ring, which has a spell on it that we might have to do some discussion on how the heck this actually works.
Go ahead.
Which is ball lightning. So this can create 1 to 4 3-foot diameter spheres of lightning. She's planning to just create one directly on herself.
Okay.
And the way that this works, I guess directly next to herself because it can't be quite on her. So it's like an unoccupied 5 foot by 5 foot square. So when a creature other than Tana comes within 5 feet of the sphere discharges lightning at the creature and disappears. Does that mean that it has to move to trigger this, or if it just happens to be within that radius, does it go
So that's
off?
ball lightning.
Yeah, but it's the one from the Ring of Shooting Stars.
Okay, I'm just gonna check this real quick.
I did find like a different ball lightning in homebrew stuff, so it's quite similar but a little different. But I found this one's just the full descriptions on the ring itself.
Okay, so sorry, just checking the rule for this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When a creature other than you comes within 5 feet of the spear, so
This feels like weird wording, because like
it is weird wording.
Is it-
You know what? It's a defensive measure from like a royal council. I would say normally not, but because this seems like it would be like a bodyguard measure to like blow people back.
yeah, so you put a bunch of them in front of doors or something like that to hold for a couple minutes.
I'll allow it.
to get a whole
I'll
bunch of
allow
minutes, but- Okay, sweet. I mean, otherwise, then maybe on its turn it goes off. I have no idea, but
Well, no, because
Cool.
it vanishes the second that it appears. So I'll say that you can just act it as like an immediate countermeasure.
sure, yeah, that sounds good. In that case, then it needs to make a DC 15 Dexterity saving throw.
I got a nat 20.
All right, cool. Never mind. Carry on. You get struck by lightning, but it's pretty chill. Have a nice time.
Okay. All right. The
No
Zotar
half
is
damage
struck by
coming.
lightning and looks at you.
And
Tilting
then
its
bonus
X-Lady.
action, let's do Shielding Aurora and pull out a little bit more of that mysterious gap between the stars, but this case a little bit more shimmery, like a dying star. This one is resistance to all damage, and hostiles that end their turn within 10 feet will take some radiant damage.
Ooh, perfect. All right. Top of the initiative with Wrek. Wrek, you are down 60 feet beneath this guy. What do you do?
I'm going to spend one of my 2 remaining key points and
Okay.
wholeness of body to get 24 hit points back.
Beautiful.
And I can't really think of any way to get to this darn guy, so I am going to hold my action.
I have an axe, a throwing axe. If you want to take it off my belt.
He's not that great at throwing, actually, so I'm just going to hold my action.
Okay.
Is he
Hold your
great at
action.
being thrown?
So basically, if he approaches, you hit him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Cheshire, you are unconscious on the ground. Can you please tell me what's going through your mind?
Yeah, she is determined to not let someone like this prince get between her and getting back home. You know, she wants to get back home with her friends, and this prince is an asshole, and she doesn't like assholes. And she really wants to put a hole in his head.
Fair. As you have that thought, it is now the Zodar's turn. Tana, you are right next to the Zodar. You did not move, right?
No, which was a brilliant decision on her part, but
Okay.
she's feeling like maybe shielding Aurora will help for a moment.
Okay, hurt them more for advantage on this attack is going to give me a 30 to hit you.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that is going to be 24 points of force damage.
Okay, sweet. So resistance halves that down to 12.
Okay.
But that still really sucks.
And you are still up, aren't you?
Yeah, she's not great, but she's pretty okay still.
Okay. Looking down at the ground, that is the fight there. It's going to raise a hand and is going to hurl Francis with a teleport. Francis, make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Come on. Not great, friends. Shoot, what's my con? Too many screens. 12.
12 is not going to do it. Francis, you are going to suddenly feel a blur of motion, and you are going to be hurled across space and time, smashing into the ground next to Wrek. You are going to take, honestly, not terribly much damage, considering that's only going to be 6, 12, 14 points of force damage. And
Great.
Tana, it's going to turn back to you.
Oh, did it roll a save? Or it's out of my range now. Shit.
It's out of your range. Tana, it's going to turn to you, and with a look in its face that you're not sure has, well, in its armor, that doesn't really convey any emotion, there's a slight hesitation as it looks at you. And then it strikes you with a critical hit that does 20, pardon me.
I'm very thankful for resistance this turn.
27. 27 points of force damage as it just...
Okay, so that
That's going-
has to
13.
13. Yes. Okay.
I rolled a 1 and a 3 on those.
Yep.
So
She's about as hurt as she was at the start of this game now. Whew.
all right. And that is my
Right.
turn. Mulj and
Does
Francis.
it end its turn within 10 feet of Tana?
Yes, it does.
Then it takes 12 radiant damage from shielding Aurora.
Okay, there's no save for that, right?
Nope, it just does.
Okay. It now knows what that does and will not do that again. As your
It only lasts
radiant...
for a turn. It's
It only
about to
lasts for a
fade
turn.
out.
Okay, so it's...
They don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know that. They're you just got bit. All right, down south, it is Mulj or Francis. Francis, you've been dragged across the floor.
Will, you got anything?
How far away is it from Mulj right now?
60 feet in the air.
Fucking hell! Mulj's just like, this is dumb. Huh.
No.
Okay.
Does anybody have
Can-
fly?
Can someone throw me? Francis, throw me!
I can, but I think I do more damage with shatter.
Yeah, fine. Fuck it. And Mulj's gonna go and check. So is anyone still on the ground, like unconscious?
Cheshire-
Is Cheshire?
Cheshire's
Mulj's
unconscious.
gonna go and try and wake Cheshire up because.
Do you have any healing potions or anything on you? I thought you did.
Do I? That would be if I do.
You want me to spend if something good happens and see if you do?
It'd be useful to have them up.
Sure,
Cover up.
yes.
High or low is good for you.
Hi.
Okay. All right, you have a potion of cure moderate wounds on you
Cool.
because I know you picked
Um,
up some potions earlier in this game, and I don't know where they went. I don't think they got dragged.
Right.
Mulj never had them.
Well, now you have one of those, so if
Now you
anybody
do.
has one of those on their sheet, mark it off.
You
Yeah.
grabbed the wrong person's bag.
Or something, yeah.
Okay.
And
Do you
what's
feed
the-
it to Cheshire?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, that'll be your action then. So that's going... Cheshire, you are going to heal. 1, 2, 3... 4... Okay, that's a 1 for sure. 13 points of damage.
Hey, you know what? That's nothing to scoff at.
All right. So, Mulj, do you have anything to do with your bonus action?
No, because activating rage won't make any sense unless, like... You know what? We'll do it just in case they get attacked.
Sounds good. Francis, what are you doing?
They're gonna try this again, but I don't have any 4th level spell slots left, so I'm gonna use a 3rd. So they're gonna cast Shatter again, dust themselves off, and smash the side of this thingamadoo.
Okay, I have disadvantage on this roll. My
Disadvantage.
first roll was a 17, so it comes down to this.
1.
25. So that it is going to take half
no.
damage.
Yep. It's only gonna be 16 then, because I'm gonna use my Channel Divinity again
Okay.
and do max, which is 32.
Okay. Part of it is shattering still. It is really badly damaged, but is still fighting.
Toll the Dead is a whole action, isn't it?
It is an action, yeah.
Bugger.
Okay. Anything you're doing with a bonus action? Do you have any other any bonus actions at all that you can use?
That's what I'm looking for right now. I think my Channel Divinity is actually... Oh, no. Channel Divinity doesn't cost me anything. But I don't think I have any other abilities if I can't hit it.
Okay.
Because because I cast a spell and did an attack, I can't offhand attack.
Yep. Not unless you have a special class.
Yeah. Which I don't
Okay.
have.
You sure Cleric of Zeal doesn't have that?
When you use the attack action, you can make one additional
That's
attack
what
as
it
a
is.
bonus action. Oh yeah, so I guess the one time I did an offhand attack was I didn't actually have to not use my bonus damage, but
Fair.
anyway.
It's good to know, though.
Good to know.
Okay. So, Tana, you
Oh,
are up.
actually, hang on 1 second.
Okay.
I would like to do an additional 3 force damage because I fucking can, because I have an astral
Okay.
spark and I'm hurting it for an additional 3 damage.
Okay, so it's going to kind of twitch and then just go... And that kind of hurts it a bit. It's a little angry at you now.
Fucking rights, and scream out, "Come at me!"
Okay. Tana,
got it.
it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Tana would like to pull away from this thing, but let's maybe not immediately take an attack of opportunity. So let's Starlight step away from this thing, and then tear some holes in space and time with some Eldritch Blasts and hope for the best.
Give it to me.
Oh, I've got too many tabs open.
Don't we all?
There it is. I mean, I'm pretty confident I know Eldritch Blast at this point, but still. I'll try it with both beams. So the first one is a 26 to hit.
That is a hit.
The second one's a 17 to hit.
You have determination, if you'd like to spend it.
Then I would like to spend that determination.
That is a 20 and a hit.
Brilliant. 3 damage, 1 damage, 4 damage.
Are you total? All right, you're gonna blast it though,
Yep.
and it's gonna get blasted. That is going to be the end of your turn. You Starlight step away, blast it, and it is now floating 60 feet above you. Or not 60 feet above you, probably
Yeah,
about...
I guess she sort of goes 30 feet down, so she's like between where this thing is and the people on the ground.
All right, Cheshire, and from me, Wrek, it is top of the initiative and your
and
turn.
I should also point out that the glowy aura will fade out at the end of her turn.
Okay. The glowy aura fades away. Wrek, it is your turn. From the ground, you can see this thing is pretty badly damaged.
Well, there's no way I can hit it from here unless I use my little known fact that I am carrying 10 darts on me. So I'm going to fish a couple darts out of my boot and lob them into the air like I'm trying to hit a bullseye onto a target.
Okay. And you can use Flurry of Blows through your monk weapons.
Oh my
No, I'm
god,
not
this is
gonna-
amazing.
Okay.
I only have only one key point left. I'm not going to spend it on darts.
Okay.
So that's a 10 and a 23.
The 23 is going to hit.
Okay.
You can also use your bonus action to throw a third one if you want.
Oh, I might as well. I have nothing but darts to hit it with. So I'm hitting for 5 points of damage, and I just rolled a natural 20 for the last dart.
Oh, so you have 5 points of damage on the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one's hitting for 8 damage.
Okay. Would you like to use your Fury of the Small, or is that only on melee attacks?
Yeah, melee attacks.
Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. 2 darts are go... And another one's going to go ping off of its helmet. Cheshire, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to.
You can see a
bonus
spider
act-
web of cracks kind of flowing out from those darts that hit it.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do a 3rd level guiding bolt at this thing.
Okay. I'm spending. Roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. Even the highest one would have missed you. I only rolled a 7 and a 4.
Okay. So you stretch your hand up, summoning the guiding bolt into your battered form, and it's going to just phase right by its head, slamming into the arcane barrier behind it.
And I guess bonus action, I'm going to expend another wild shape to get my starry form back.
Okay. All right. Shifting back into starry form, it is the Zodar's turn. Francis, make me another con save.
That's a 13.
Okay, Francis, once again, you are going to get teleported, except this time you are going to be teleported 60 feet directly in the air, and are going to slam into the arcane barrier at the roof. You're going to take 15 points of force damage. And as you are directly in front of him, the Zodar
Oh, he's now in my thing. Make a wisdom save.
does your...
And his speed is halved.
Does it travel with you?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
damn.
around me. Yep.
What's my intelligence? Nah, I don't say you didn't know that. Okay, so I'll keep my attack roll because I just rolled it. So give me 1 sec.
Yeah.
Okay, give me damage for that.
Cool. It's 4d8. So that's going to be 7 and 4 is 11.
Okay.
8 and 3 is 11. So 22 thunder damage. Sorry, radiant damage.
22 radiant damage. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
1 sec. Okay. I'm just gonna check one thing on his sheet real quick. Just one moment.
Okay.
I have to check because I can do a couple of things. Okay, so, Francis, you teleport into the air, being dragged across space, slammed into the barrier, and you are going to feel this impassable, crushing fist wrap around your throat. And then it's going to sag its head and release you. As your radiant creatures, your spirit guardians, are going to flow into it, and it's going to begin to glow, dropping you to the ground gently as it floats down next to you. It slumps in place, inert. You have won. The barrier fizzles, and you can hear the sound of cheering all around you as the crowd goes absolutely wild with this incredible battle that you just barely survived. The priest raises his hands, hushing the crowd as you all catch your breath. His voice rings through the temple. The Zodar is defeated! All hail Emperor Zadali! Zelith lets out a strangled cry as his sister steps toward you, a wide smile on her face. Tana, my ring, if you please.
It's gonna take an awkward moment.
Tana?
Can I roll an insight on the princess?
Sure. I'm not going to roll the giant chonker. Okay.
Oh, jeez. No, hang on. Come here. I did roll the giant chonker.
Yeah, also
and
some
that
insight, I think.
is-
Sure. Go ahead.
It's going to be 21.
21. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. And Tana, roll.
All right, wisdom. 16. Sorry, +1.
16. Okay. 16 plus 1. Okay.
No,
So-
sorry, 16 including the +1.
She is going to smile down at you and offer you a hand up as well. Francis. Don't do it. Francis.
Francis is going to put a hand on Tana's shoulder and pull her back.
And as you do that, Zadali's face is going to darken. I see. Well, I had hoped to do this civilly, but as Emperor, I must reward my champions for this triumph. Guards, seize them. And with that, I think we're going to call game there.
Sounds good. Yeah, she's definitely not going to hand over the ring, but especially not now.
Oh no, we've been
Yep.
bamboozled.
You've been bamboozled.
Mm-hmm.
The
Everyone
only
remind
thing-
me that I have spirit guardians up.
So, yeah, you have spirit guardians up. That's true.
My Eldritch Blast had to last for
I
a full
love
minute.
the Zodar so much.
It's-
It's such a
that
cool.
thing's awesome.
Yeah, that was
I-
amazing.
I accidentally cheated twice, so I spent to hurt them more secretly. I was like, oh wait, technically it doesn't teleport itself when it teleports you. Well, fuck it, yeah, it does.
I was actually going to ask about that because I was like, its speed is halved coming through the spirit guardians, so could it even have reached me if it was 60 feet up in the air?
So
So that was going to be, but I was like, well,
So that's why I spent the points. I'm like, nah, like, let's
Yes.
keep myself honest. That's why Hurt the Moors are there, because I make mistakes as a DM, right? Like, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not a computer.
We all do.
We're not playing Baldur's Gate, right? Like, this is an improvisational medium. And my God, I love that fight. And I love the Zadali twist, because no matter what you do, but she's supposed to say, no matter. but I think I like to personalize it. The only thing I regret is that if you lost that fight, Zelith glowers at you and said, like, he has this line that I even underlined and put oof next to it. See, it's right there.
Oh no.
Amazing.
If you knew anything about the true nature of wild space, anything at all, you would have hidden from it in terror. Pity I can't destroy your world more than once.
And I was like, ooh!
That is
That's like
an
an
oof.
ending. It's an ending to a rap battle right there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I just find it really funny that's like this big epic fight, and then I'm sitting here like,
You forgot you had javelins.
I know.
I did. I forgot I had javelins until
Yeah.
the last chance. But also, I took Mulj took no damage in that entire fight. They never got attacked. So
That
Mulj's
might be
taking
particularly beneficial right now.
The
Yes.
next fight, the final fight of the game, is actually even worse.
Oh God, I do just know that Mulj's
However-
taking it personally that they didn't think that Mulj was a threat to attack.
Well, he was
Yes.
right. He was right. So,
Ooh.
folks, that is going to be it for us today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Light of Xaryxis. Players, you're all amazing. Mike, I hope you feel better. Krista, I hope you feel better. And I hope we are all in top form for the final episode of Light of Xaryxis. It is going to be epic. I know how it's going to end right now in my heart. And I'm very curious to see if you all agree with me on that. When the game is all said and done. For those of you who've read the module, you know what I'm talking about. So I think I know which way it's going to go from the Mass Effect style endings that you get. But I'm very excited. I'm super stoked. I'm also super stoked on our way out to talk about our sponsor for tonight, and that is Bookwyrm Games. That's worm like a dragon, WYRM. Bookwyrmgames.com is sponsoring us. They have provided us with tons of dice. They have provided us with just the means to run this stream. So if you really like dice, go to bookwyrmgames.com and use code DorkTales2023 to save 10% on your order. If that order is $100 Canadian or more, your shipping's free. It's a great deal. These are great people with great dice. And I think you should really check it out. And that includes their edible dice, so you can intimidate your other dice by eating dice in front of them. It tends to work. So definitely go and check them out, please. And let me know what you buy. Post pictures on our Discord, which you should be in right now. Join our Discord, folks. So with that, I want to remind you, come out, watch us for our charity games this week. Come back next Sunday for Light of Xaryxis' finale. And while you're doing all of these things that I'm telling you to do, consider joining the Patreon at patreon.com/dorktales, where you get advanced access to a ton of additional content, including Spelljammer, Radiant Citadel. Guys, we just got our Radiant Citadel sketches back from our artist for our characters. Everybody is super fuckable. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, Jen's character comes out of the page and seduces you. I was like, why am I feeling things about this sketch? And then I'm looking at mine and I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. Every single person that has seen it has been, Daddy?
Oh my god. Which game was this for, sorry?
This is for Robin's Radiant Citadel game that is coming to Patreon next month. So
Oh my god.
it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a very chaotic game. We also have a Demon the Descent game that is coming up next month and is going to be broadcast on Patreon first, and Hunter the Vigil, and we have a game of Passion de las Passions. And if we get to 150 patrons in 1 month and hold that until the next month, then Millie down there is going to run Star Trek, and I'm going to get Klingon brow ridges for it.
Mhm. I
So-
am ridiculously prepared and excited to run
And
Star
I-
Trek.
and
I
I will
legit
put
have a
spots
comm
on.
badge just out of reach. I am here for this.
Right? It is going to be fantastic. It's going to be so good. But folks, please consider joining the Patreon. We have a number of wonderful people that I'm going to thank right now. First off, my world building producer, Soul Omen, who is designing some amazingly awful things to inflict on the Shards of Nirncast on Tuesday. Sorry, it used to be on Wednesday. Now it's on Tuesdays. Cut there on Tuesdays. Big thank you to my mom and my stepdad, Jan, and Bob, I guess, who are the divine producers of this channel, to Precarious, the demonic producer, for being an evil but fun funkle, to Tammy, the forever cleric, for being our wizard of the Patreon, and of course, to our high council of the Patreon, which is Taryn. Happy birthday, Taryn! Traveler, Buddy, Trizelta, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Sergio, Chef Death, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you. Dorktales is a full-time gig, and it's a very draining full-time gig. Thank you. And thank you, players, for being here. I really hope you all feel better. So come join us. It's great. And we love you. Here's to All right. And with that, we'll see you next time. Be sure to come back on... What are we streaming tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Monday? Strixhaven. Come back. Join us on Patreon for Strixhaven tomorrow.
It'll be wild.
We'll see you next time, Spelljammers. Bye.